Hi guys, welcome to Crypto Bin 101, the home of value and good information when it comes to cryptocurrency trading and investment in general. And right now we can see a lot of things are trending on Twitter. Binance is trending, SBF is trending. We all know SBF has been arrested. Binance, I told you, Binance is not saint or is not the good guy or is not the hero. I've been saying it on this channel, and I think it's high time you guys believe whatever I'm telling you on this channel, because I've been in the game for some times. I have the experience. Me and my team, we come together and we analyze whatever that is going on, and we'll come out here to tell you what you need to do. And don't forget, we'll be talking about the CPI, we'll be talking about the FOMC, and also looking at the chart and see if we're still going to stick to the pattern or we're still going to stick to the trade we mentioned yesterday. So these are more what we're going to be looking at on today's show, and I bet it you do not want to miss out. My name is Ahmed Olad Magic Kazim, and welcome to the show, the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, where we trade it and we do not gamble. Apologies for recording late today, it's due to some technical issue in the weather, but right now the show is back on and we're going to dissect and talk about what matters on the show, and also how we're going to make some money for ourselves. And if you're just coming across this channel for the first time, you might want to subscribe, like, and share. And do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you can get all this beautiful content, juicy content we're dropping on this beautiful channel. But first of all, let's take a look at what is trending. You can see SBF, some Bankman-Fried of FTX is trending. Caroline is trending as usual, you all know. And FOMC is trending. FTX Kanda is trending. Duquan is trending. Cryptocurrency is trending. Definitely it has to trend. And above all, Binance is trending. And now let me tell you, when the FTX saga unveiled, I told you what the guy did was wrong, but the way Binance outplayed him and just made everything collapse was evil to me. And I said it, that Binance is now a hero. Indirectly, he's trying to outplay or outsmart others exchanges, so he can be the hero or he can be the whatever. And we don't want monopoly in cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is not supposed to be run by an exchange. It's just for you to exchange your token to another token, not to keep your asset with them. You need to have a ledger, have your own wallet where you keep your asset, not with this centralized exchange, because they are playing games and they're just trying to manipulate everybody. Yesterday I dropped an episode, you can go and watch it. I told you Binance exposed, and I said the reason why it was exposed because I saw that the same line they were using is the same line other exchanges are now using to bring out the Merkle tree or proof of reserve, and that doesn't sound nice to me, because I feel like they're just trying to play the cards, and whoever is smart or smarter be the one to win the game and stay afloat the game. And that is not what we need in cryptocurrency. What we need in cryptocurrency is transparency, is a good centralized exchange, people that don't use people's money. You deposit money with them, they leave it as it is. They don't use it to trade, they don't use it to pump their own coin. And I think we all need to agree, and you need to agree with me, for us to have a good centralized exchange, it has to be exchanges that don't have their own token. I think that's the best, because if you have your own token, you can use customer funds to pump your own token. And if you pump your own token, now people cash out, you need to make sure you hold the token, and that is going to affect customer funds. And at the end of the day, keep holding, you're going to collapse, and everything is going to collapse. And that's what I think we're going to look at today, and some other stuff on the show. But first of all, let's talk about some Bankman-Fried. After about some hours, when SBF says he isn't attending the DC hearing in person due to paparazzi effect, I think that doesn't sit well with the authority in the United States. And we saw FBX founder Sam Bankman-Fried arrested in Bahamas hours after he said so. And you can see the arrest followed receipt of formal notification from the United States that it has filed criminal charges against SBF, according to the police statement. And the disgraced ex-CEO of FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried, has been arrested in Bahamas according to statement from the Royal Bahama Police Force. We all know a lot of people have been shouting and been screaming that they need justice for someone that have misused or that have used customer funds without their how am I going to put it, without them knowing about what he did with the money, and that they do not buy the idea of something like that and stuff like that. But now he has now been arrested. We'll now see if he's going to be extradited. You can see here, Sam Bankman-Fried has been arrested by the authority in Bahamas at the request of U.S. government just a day before the disgraced former FTX CEO was due to testify before Congress. Bankman-Fried was arrested by the Royal Bahama Police Force following a formal notification from the United States government that it has filed criminal charges against him, according to December 12th statement from the Bahamas Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, Ryan Pinda. Citing a person with knowledge of matters, the New York Times reported on December 12 that the charges against Bankman-Fried include wire fraud, security fraud, conspiracy to commit wire and security fraud, and money laundering. Though he came out and said no, he did not commit money laundering and stuff like that, but other charges might hold, and we're going to get to know. But now US will likely request the extradition of Bankman-Fried, with Pinda stating that the Bahamas will promptly process any extradition request. So we might be seeing Sam Bankman-Fried being extradited to the United States to face the justice, and I think we're going to see from there. And you can see even here from the U.S. attorney, we saw U.S. Damian Williams earlier this evening. Bahama authorities arrested Samuel Bankman-Fried at the request of U.S. government based on sealed indictment filed by the NY. We expect to move to unseal the indictment in the morning, and we have more to say at that time. So we're waiting to see if it's going to be extradited to the United States, and I believe that is what it's going to be, because I believe it caused this thing. They told you come to the Congress and you testify and all of that. You're just giving different excuses, paparazzi, blah blah blah, da. You've lost so much money, and this money belongs to millions of people. You can't expect them to just keep quiet. Also, now we saw that SBF charged with conspiracy, wire fraud, money laundering by Justice Department security violation by SSC. So even SEC are coming up with separate charges against Sam Bankman-Fried. You understand? Because they believe he has done some criminal charges and it needs to be brought to justice. So we're still going to wait to hear from the SEC, the Department of Justice, and all of that to come up in the nearest future, and we will update you on that. We'll update you on that on this channel. But now the new CEO now says something alarming, and I think I accept with the CEO. He says grossly inexperienced and unsophisticated leadership caused by FTX collapse, says new CEO. Do you know why I agree with this? And if you've been following the show, I show you a thread of what I tweeted about when I listened to his interview. A lot of things were going on in the company that he claimed he was not aware of. As a CEO, as someone that is running big billions of dollars, multi-billion dollars company, how can you not know what is going? It's like you're just playing somewhere and you let people just play with people's money and do whatever they like. So a lot of people say they don't believe it, but the new CEO now is not even coming out to say that might be true, because he's saying that he's inexperienced and they don't have that leadership skill to run such a company. And I'm not going to blame a 29-year-old, 30-year-old, because he clocked 30-year-old now, for misusing funds, because I must tell you the truth. A lot of people in the crypto space these days, they don't know what it takes to run all these things. They've not even been through the traditional financial system. They just invested in crypto when the crypto was coming up, and they happens to make billions of dollars from it. And now they think they know everything. They think they're an expert and all of that. But now the crypto winter has been slapping all of them left, right, and center. And now we can see the outcome of it. Royal, Three Arrows Capital collapse, Voyager collapse, Celsius collapse, FTX collapse, BlockFi collapse. Now Binance is on the radar. And speaking about Binance, you can see right here Binance withdrawals surge as concern about its reserve report spook traders. And I told you, even when you look at what is happening here, you can see Justin Sun, the owner or the co-founder of USDT, the Tron network, has been transferring a lot of money to Binance. Why is he doing that? Maybe he's trying to cover it up for the total amount a lot of people are withdrawing, or he's trying to put money so Binance can be solvent, because the moment Binance become insolvent, I tell you, Bitcoin might go to 5,000, other crypto might just go to zero and they'll be wiped away. But Bitcoin will stay, because Bitcoin is a commodity, not unregistered security. So, and you've been watching my show, I have been saying it that Binance is not showing us what we want to see. Proof of result without liability is zero. Proof of result without your audit matching what you posted earlier on has something to say. You say you have this amount in your asset, the audit came out and be showing us that now we saw different addresses, which shows you were transferring money from one address to another just to show the balance. That is not clear to us. Although he's been coming out saying that is not a problem, but we can see it's a problem, because you can even see right here on the Binance centralized exchange, their total value lock has been decreasing just in hours. More than 3 billion, or I don't know how much, has been wiped out already. So how can you tell us that is not a problem? It is a problem. And if you want to ask me what is my opinion on that today, I will tell you, you need to go get your money out of Binance right now. Put your money in a cold wallet. Leave the only money you can trade with and you can afford to lose. If not, you're going to regret it. It started like this with FTX. Everybody was saying it's a rumor, and all of them, they always have one thing in common. They always come out to say, no, we are okay. We don't have a problem. You remember when FTX saga started, FTX came out, we are okay, there's no problem. The next thing, we saw Binance buying out. The next day, Binance withdraw. The next thing, we saw FTT token implement. The next thing, it came out to say FTX US is okay. FTX US is solvent. The next thing, we saw FTX US filed for bankruptcy. So they followed the same pattern, the same trend. So I don't want to say you'll be stupid, but I want to say it will be stupid of us if we see the same thing repeating itself and we don't act. So how can you act now is by getting your money out of Binance for now. And whenever everything is now settled, then we can now reach out to it. And that now brings me to the same thing, saying the market is going to drop. I told you the market is going to drop earlier on, and whenever market wants to drop, they have to blame it on something. Don't get me wrong, they have to blame it on something. I've seen a pattern that shows the market should drop. Even though they're trying to manipulate it, want to spike it to probably 18K. But now, Binance issue is coming up. CPI report is coming up. FOMC is coming up. A lot of data, flash manufacturing index is coming up. A lot of data will be coming up, which people are already sensing it might shock the investors. And they're going to take their money out of all these commodities. And where are they going to put it? I think it's going to be gold, because I can see the chart on gold is showing something that might push gold to the all-time high, but not financial advice, just what I've studied and I'm trying to share with you. But my advice is get your money out of Binance now. That guy is not my hero. He's not crypto space hero. What goes around will definitely come around, and that is what is happening to Binance now, seeing withdrawal surge as concerned about its reserve report. Because I told you, and if you've been watching the show, I've been saying it, this report or proof of reserve is garbage. To me, it doesn't hold water. They are just trying to, and we saw them transferring billions of dollars from one wallet to another, claiming it was the audit firm that asked him, or that asked them to do that. So, CZ, I think your time is already coming up, and all what you've done to others, you're about to reap it. But that's that on the news that have been making waves and been trending on Twitter. We can see BNB has been dropping, and even some traders are now tweeting saying they could not even withdraw their money, that some withdrawals are taking 5 hours, some withdrawals are taking how am I going to call it, pending and stuff like that. And we saw them coming out to say they are now withholding. Let me show you. Binance has released that they are now holding back withdrawal on USDC. You can see Binance is conducting a token swap involving USDT. As a result, USDT withdrawals are temporarily paused. That is how all of them always start. They start from personal withdrawal to move to another account. You can see even seasonal comes out to say on USDC we have seen an increase in withdrawal. This is 1 hour ago. However, the channel to swap the PAX BUSB to USDC requires going through bank in New York in USD. The banks are not open for another few hours. We expect the situation will be restored when the bank opens. We are going to see the bank is going to open some hours, but a lot of people now will come and be withdrawing their money. And let's go to the chart quickly and see what is happening with BNB. You can see BNB is now falling off. BNB is now falling off, and I must tell you, you need to be careful. Let's check BNB out quickly. You can see the sharp drop. You can see it. BNB is now falling off. Exactly how FTX saga begins. So I think you need to learn, or you need to learn from it. You can see BNB has been falling since this whatever, from about 290 dropped to about 255. Now it's recovering because we saw Justin Sun transferring money to Binance and all of that. They want to hold it, but they cannot hold what they don't have. That's just the truth. So you need to be careful. Take action now before it's too late. But right now, let's check what it's going on in the market, talking about the chart analysis and the market watch, and the most important thing of the day, which is the FOMC that will be coming up shortly. And I think that is going to move the market to where I've been predicting. I believe the market is supposed to fall because I've seen the same pattern I showed you. If you've not seen it, you might check it around. The link is, the video is around the corner. You might want to check it and see how I analyze the pattern that I saw, and I believe that is going to play out. Now, what are we expecting today? We're going to be waiting for the CPI month-to-month, year-to-year, and core CPI month-to-month to come out today, and that will be crazy. We're already seeing volatility moving in a lower time frame on the chart. We're still going to see more of that coming up today, so you need to be careful. But I'm going to show you what we need to do, how we need to go about it, like we've always been doing on this channel, so we do not lose our money. But what are we expecting today? We're expecting to see climate count change in Great Britain, German economic sentiment, Bank of England, Governor Bailey speaks, and CPI year to year, core CPI. Those are consumer price index that does not involve the gas and all of that. Then we're going to see JPY tomorrow coming out, CPI year to year in Great Britain coming out, FOMC coming out tomorrow as well, federal fund rate will be coming out, and also press conference, which is very important, will be coming out tomorrow as well. And we're going to be seeing GDP quarter to quarter coming out in New Zealand. On Thursday, employment change in AUD, unemployment will be coming out, and monetary policy, MPC official bank rate will be coming out, and core retail sales in United States, Empire State Manufacturing Index will be coming out in United States, Philly Fed Manufacturing Index will be coming out, unemployment claims coming out as well, ECB press conference. A lot of data will be coming out this week, as I said yesterday. And on Friday, we're going to be seeing all of them releasing their flash service PMI in Europe, in Great Britain, in Canada, in United States as well. All these are very important, and we're going to be looking at it. But that doesn't mean we're not going to analyze the chart and talk about what and where we need to get into the market, or how we need to deal with all this news that are coming. So let's go to the chart now before we now check the market watch later. BNB is falling. We all know why it's falling. It's about the spook in proof of reserve, talking about Binance, and I've said it on the show. I do not believe whatever Binance is doing. They are all the same. They're playing the same game. They're just outsmarting each other. And we don't need them in crypto. Don't get me wrong. Crypto do not need centralized exchange. We need them to do exchange, but we don't need them to store. We don't need them for store of value for our cryptocurrency. You can save your crypto yourself, and that is the reason why crypto is even in existence. Because if you're giving your money to centralized exchange, it's the same thing like leaving your money with the banks. It's still the same thing. Because there's KYC, there's all those things, there's regulation with them concerning you, even though there's no regulation regulating the crypto space. It's like you're putting your money in the bank. We want to be free. You can keep your money yourself, do whatever you want to do with it. Simple. And that's why blockchain is there. And that's why we have all this cryptocurrency running on this blockchain. Whenever you transact, a new block will be created, and it continues like that till eternity. We do not need them. We do not need them because they're using our money against us, to trade against us. Even they manipulate the future, the margin trading, not even to talk about the spot trading they're trading against us. So these people just need to get their ass together. But let's go to BTC USDT to see what is really going on with the chart. Right now, yesterday, I told you, or I made mention of, I'm expecting the Bitcoin to fall, which I'm still saying the same thing, because if you look at where we got the entry from, the entry was from 17,288 or 285. That's the entry since, and now we've seen the market coming down, going up, coming down, going up, coming down, going up. But I found out something strange or something in the chart, and let me show you. Let me take this to line chart right now so you can get what I'm saying. You see, this is now playing out. Let me change the color to white so you can see it differently. You see, this is now playing out. You see what they're doing here? Now, our symmetric triangle is now playing out like a flag, which we now have 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5, I'm expecting to be a fake out as 5, then it's going to calm down. Now, this is where it now gets dicey. Because normally we know wherever the market is going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the market should continue going up. So now the chart is showing me it's becoming an uptrend, that the market is going to break above. And it's possible the market will break above. When the news come out, we're going to see the sell-off. So how do you need to protect yourself and do not get messed in this pranks or whatever they're trying to do? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have our 5. I'm expecting the 5 to push higher a little bit, then come back to do what we call let me call it, I don't know where it's going to stop, but wherever it stops, I'm expecting it to do 0.50 Fibonacci retracement or 0.618 Fibonacci retracement. Then we're going to see the market continue to where it's supposed to go. But if that does not happen, the moment we break this 16,890, no, let me put it back to the spike so we can know exactly where we need to get into the market. I'll show you right now. Where do we need to get into the market right now? As of today, though we're going to see volatility, a lot of volatility, but now you can see this, my white line shows we now have a symmetric triangle. And when you have a symmetric triangle, the market is bound to continue to where the number 1 start from, which is here. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5. 5 supposed to pull back. You understand? 5 will pull back as a fake out, come down either to test this point or this zone. Then we're going to see zoom up, or we're going to see it come down, do what will I call it, 50% retracement, touch the top as a double top. Then we'll see the market falling off. So all these things, to cut the story short, why do you need to get into the market? I'm going to tell you, you need to get into the market a buy above 17,430 thereabout. I think that's where I can now confirm it's a buy, because we have a sell from here and we've not been able to break our stop loss, because see our sell around there, our stop loss is around 17,500. We have not been able to break that zone. Until we break that zone, yes, I'm not going to accept that the market is going to continue moving up. So where do you need to get into the market? You need to get into the market above 17,500, because I believe once we break this zone, we're going to see massive movement like this. We're going to see massive movement, and that might take us to 18,200. That might take us to 18,200. So that's what I'll be looking at. I'm going to look at it. Once we break 7,500, I'm going to close my trade and possibly take a buy, because I know we might now be going to 18,200. Then we look for another sell around that place to bring the chart down. But the moment we fail to break that zone, if we fail to break this 17,500, we just see the market move up probably to test 17,300 or 17,400, and we fail to break this other block here. I'm telling you, the market will plummet, and we're going to see the market falling off. So that's what I'm expecting BTC to do. So where do you need to get into the market today? It's simple. We have the news. You need to be careful. Use your risk reward management. If you're an investor, make sure you use a stop market and be on alert, because sometimes if you don't use a stop market, they might not stop you out and you see that, oh my God, I'm losing my money. Why they didn't stop me out? It happens with this centralized exchange. All right, so what are we going to do? I'm going to say buy stop above 7,500 and a sell stop below 16,880 or 800. That's where you need to set your trade today. I don't even want to give a signal for a short time period because it might take you in and take you up. So you need to just wait, let the news come out, let the market start moving. The moment we break 17,500, close your sell. We entered around 17,285, somewhere there. Close your sell, then it's going to be a buy. So I have a buy stop around a buy stop above 17,500 and a sell stop below 16,880. That's where you need to get into the market, and that's the signal for today. And that is now going to make our analysis valid, because talking about symmetric triangle, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 used to be fake out. Then we see the market calm down to mitigate whatever it wants to mitigate. Then we can see it go back. So where do you need to get into the market? Above 7,500 buy stop, below 16,880. That's where you need to put your sell stop. No signal for lower time frame, because the news is coming in. The lower time frame might bring you in and kick you out, so I don't want you to do that. I just want you to get into the market when I know we have already damaged the place. So it's still a sell for me, because when you look at the structure, you can see the structure still stand 1. We still have our 2. We've not been able to break our 2, and we've been creating the structure. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. It can still continue to come down to give us our 3. Then we're still going to have our short. So you just need to be careful, because there's a lot going on. Binance is being by clash. We saw FTX and Bankman-Fried arrested. CPI is coming up today. So a lot of noise, a lot of things are going to happen today. You need to be careful. That's why I stick to the channel. If there's anything, we're going to drop it on the Discord channel, on the Telegram channel. The links are down there in case you want to be part of the channel, so you can get all the signals immediately as there's change in the price action. But as it's now, put your buy stop above 17,500 and put your sell stop below 16,880, or if preferably you can even wait. Let us take this order block out, because this order block has been the reason why we've not been able to for the market to fall off, which is around 16,750 to 16,700 or 730. That's around that point. But for today, this is where you need to put your buy stop. Buy stop above 17,500 or 17,450 thereabout, and your sell stop should be below 16,880. That's what I'm going to say regarding the chart analysis again, because for this symmetric triangle to form out, it means they're trying to manipulate the market, and they might put the market opposite way to kick a lot of sellers out, then they later dump it. So you need to be smart. So that's that on BTC. And now let's check out ETH to see what's going on with ETH as well. But I bet you it's going to be of the same pattern. You understand? It's going to be the same pattern. You can see we have a structure even forming out in BTC here. We have 1, 2, 3. Even here, we've not broken here to give us our saying it's wrong. So we can still see the market start falling from here. Let me delete this, excuse me. We can still see the market start falling from here and coming down to give us the right way we've been waiting for. But in case, due to the symmetric triangle that I just showed you now, we might have a fake out, which is to give us our 5, then to come down again to touch any mitigation. Then it might even continue, because when you have a symmetric triangle, the market always do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fake out, come back to retest, then continue to go where the number 5 is. And if it's not going to go back, it's going to do 0.6, 0.61 or 0.618 Fibonacci. I think you know what I'm talking about. It's going to do that, and the moment you see that, you know it's going the opposite direction. So you need to be careful about that. So let's quickly check ETH out, ETH USD. But I know they're going to be of the same pattern, but we need to check it out. Let's check ETH out. ETH it's not actually moving like BTC like that, but they're doing the same thing because we have the buy or the sell at around 1290. You understand? The market come down, went back there. Now we have another sell around another shot around 1270. It's been coming down, but now it's been forming. So what are we expecting? When you look at it again, we are seeing a kind of symmetric triangle, but now in this case, this is a bit different because let me actually use a line chart to see ETH. ETH is kind of giving me different vibes, but I'm going to see it right now. Okay, it's still the same thing, but just like it's not moving like BTC. You can see with this white thing I'm drawing, this is a symmetric triangle and forming like a flag. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the 5 might be a fake out, but now it's like ETH is not doing the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me bring the candlestick out by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now 1, 2, 3, 4. So you do it like this from 3 to 4. And you can see is around 0.68. Is not faking out. And the moment you don't see a fake out or you don't see the 5 faking out, that means the market is going to drop. But right now we know the news is coming. The market is going to be volatile. What do you need to do? There is a short around 1,270 already, and the market has been just moving up and down. But that's not what we're looking at. What we're looking at right now is where do you need to get into the market? I think your buy stop for ETH has to be the moment we break above, if we break above 1,300, 1,310, I still stick to that. But to get in early, you might want to put your buy stop around 1,290, 1,300. But I think it's better anyway because we might see a fake out here, just a fake out, then the market will come down back, and you don't want to get caught in that kind of scenario. But where do you need to take your short? Your short is right here. You need to take the short below 1,240. The moment we break below 1,240, that's when you need to take your short. So for Ethereum needs to be 1,240. That's where you need to put your sell stop, and your buy stop needs to be above from 1,285 to 1,297, but I think we need to see if it's going to break 1,310. That's where I'll have a perfect entry to show, or to be kind of sure that we're going to break or we're going to see the market moving up. But I just believe this market are going to follow because we see a lot of things that has been happening in the crypto space, especially Binance has been bashed left, right, and center. And if there's any huge negative news that's going to come out regarding the Binance, it's going to send the market down there. And CPI is coming up, FOMC coming up tomorrow, and other data are coming up on Thursday and on Friday. We do not want to just gamble. We need to stick to the plan.